All right, so on Tuesday, March 18th, make sure you have your project embedded in your chapter blog post. They're due the same day, and we're going to spend Thursday working on that. So the first thing we did today is reviewed over your quizzes. This was the first question. Negative 7x is greater than 126. So I broke it down for you in steps. You can look at your mistakes if you made any. First thing you need to do to isolate the variable is divide both sides by negative 7. And remember, when you divide or multiply by a negative, you have to reverse the inequality because the sign changes, and on the other side of 0, it's the opposite in terms of being less than or greater than. So 7/7 is a 1. Take it out. Let me get my pen. Take it out. And we're left with x. All the solutions are less than negative 18. So when you go to graph it in number 2, you need to have negative 18, one bigger and one smaller. And because all the answers are less than negative 18, you need the open circle on 18 and shade everything to the left. And then when you show your check, pick a number that's in this shaded region that's easy to deal with. I picked negative 20 because negative 20 I can multiply by negative 7 mentally, easier than negative 19. And a negative times negative is a positive, and 140 is greater than 126. So it's true, and it checks. So that's numbers 1 and 2. Number 3, you had to show your steps of problem solving. So the problem was telling you that t-shirts cost 15 euros each. You pay a once-only cost for the shipping, and that's 35 euros. And the PTA has given the student council or the booster club 500 euros to spend on t-shirts, but they can't spend any more than that. So you had to come up with a plan, and writing an inequality is a good plan for this. If you let x be the number of t-shirts, and they're 15 euro each, 15 times x is the price of x t-shirts, plus your 35 euro for shipping, has to be less than or equal to 500 euro. And then you just solve this the way you solve an equation. Subtract 35 from both sides, and 15 times the number of t-shirts has to be less than or equal to $465 because I had to pay that shipping. Divide both sides by 15. I want to know how many groups of 15 are in 465. Well, there happens to be exactly 31. So the Booster Hut, student government, whoever's buying the t-shirts, can buy less than or equal to 31 t-shirts. So 31 t-shirts is the most that can be ordered. And when you check it, 31 times 15 is 465 euro, plus my shipping is 500 euro, and they spent all of the euros, which is okay. They could spend at most 500, so I could spend all 500, and they have no money left, and that's okay. Number 4, you could have done this 2 different ways. If you want to get rid of the 6, multiply every term by 6. So that looks like this. Negative 5d over 6 times 6. Well, dividing by 6 and multiplying by 6, that makes a 1. Take it out. 6 times 30 is 180, and 6 times 120 is 720. Solve this normally. We cleared our fraction. Subtract 180 from both sides, and negative 5d is less than 540. Divide both sides by negative 5, and when you do that, you must switch your sign because remember, I'm now on the other side of 0. So all the numbers that are greater than negative 108 will satisfy this inequality or make it true. So I need to check it. So I'm going to pick something bigger than 108 that's super easy to check, and that's 0. Well, 0 times negative 5 divided by 6 is all 0, and 0 plus 30 is 30, and 30 is less than 120. So remember, when you check it, you want to pick a number that fits this inequality, something bigger than negative 108. You put it in the original inequality, and then you simply simplify that. So I multiply 0 times negative 5. I divide 0 by 6. I get 0, and 0 plus 30 is still less than 120. So I know I'm right. The second way you could have done that is just undo this one at a time, one step at a time, the way we always do. So first subtract 30 from both sides, and then undo dividing by 6 by multiplying by 6. And notice there's your 1. Take it out, and then you have negative 5d is less than 540, which is exactly what you had here. Negative 5d is less than 540. So they both are accomplishing the same purpose, isolating d so you know that d is all the numbers greater than negative 108. So either way will work. They're both correct. Number 5, to clear these fractions, you have to look at the multiples of 12 and the multiples of 15 until you get a common multiple, and it's 60. multiply every term by 60. 60 times 1 over 12 is 60 twelfths x. 60 times 1 over 15 is 60 fifteenths x. And 60 times 129 is 7,740. Now simplify these. 60 divided by 12 is 5, so that's 5x. 60 divided by 15 is 4, that's 4x. Combine your like terms, divide both sides by 9, and you get your solution, 860. And then again, go back to the original equation, which I did over here. Take out x, put in 860. You've got to find a 12th of 860, which is 72 and 2/3, a 5th of 860, which is 57 and 1/3. 72 and 57 is 128, and 2/3 and 1/3 is 1. Put that together, and you have a check. 129 is equal to 129. So those are all 5 of your quiz questions. Only 2 of you need to retake it, and the rest of you are in good shape. Here are the steps where I broke down exactly your steps for your project. So in your project directions, I didn't really give you these step-by-steps, but some of you were asking, like, how do we then put this together in our presentation? So use this slide to help you with that. And then your homework is just to do 1 hour and 5 topics for ALEKS. That's all you're going to do for this week because it's a fit weekend. Work on your project. It's due March 18th, and if you want to begin your blog post, there are pictures on Moodle, and we're going to work on this in class on Thursday. And that's it.